I actually never wanted to study in Japan. Like, Japan was never in the option. Japan was never on the list. I don't know how to explain it. So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Chilo. If you see me for the first time, my name is Chioma, aka Chilo. I'm a Nigerian and I'm currently living and studying here in Japan. Guys, I think it's been a while. I literally enjoy, sit down videos where it's just me and you, not having any other person, and I'm literally just sharing with you my honest thoughts, vulnerable moments, balancing some perspective or some stories, and hopefully also teaching you a thing or two from most videos like this. So yeah, today's video was actually very impromptu. Yeah, I was just doing something and it came to my head like ding ding ding. How come people have really know? I think some people already know. So yeah, so the truth about the matter is, let me just get straight into the video. I actually never wanted to study in Japan. Like, Japan was never in the option. Japan was never on the list. I don't know how to explain it. If you ask my year 3, year 4 self where she's going to study, Japan was never in the option. But yeah, how did it happen? So it's almost like a Japan was never in the option. So why? How come Japan? How is the journey so far? Are there regrets? Is it what you expected? Are you thriving? Are you striving? How Japan? Why Japan? And so on and so forth. Now, over time, right, which is what happens with YouTube channels, new people would find you, new people would like locate your channel, they will stumble on it maybe due to one video or the other. And I realized that a lot of new people, I don't know why I'm grading so hard, a lot of new people that have stumbled on my channel always have that, not always, but most of them have that one inquisitive question, which is why Japan? Like, how? Of all places, you went all the way from Nigeria to Japan. Like, how did it even come to your head? Especially because there is not so much about Japan out there in the internet from a black person's perspective. And the truth is, if you've been following me for a while, if you're an OG, you would remember my video of how I moved to Japan, where I literally walked you through the entire process of how Japan came into the picture, what job. I don't know, but I feel like that was more in depth. I'll link that video up here. I'll also put it in the description box so you could go and get like a full background story. So in this video, I'll summarize some things there and just literally tell you the reason I'm making this video. So here's the thing. When I was in my final year, I honestly don't even know if I was considering scholarships or masters outside Nigeria. To be honest with you, I know that a lot of people had that dream for me. So I actually thought I would do my masters in Nigeria, and even if it wasn't Nigeria, of course, if you're Nigerian, you already know that some of the top destination areas for Nigerians to go and study abroad is UK, USA, Canada, Europe. And then if at all you're considering Asia, then you're talking about China, not most times not Japan. So of course I'm amongst the average Nigerian, right? I grew up in Nigeria. All my life I was in Nigeria. So that was also my thought process. Like, even if I'm going to study abroad, definitely it will be one of these countries, because those are the countries you literally hear over. Those are the countries people say obodo ibo. If you're Nigerian, please interpret. When people say abroad, those are the countries most times, in quotes and unquotes, they are referring to. So Japan was genuinely not on the list. This is just giving you like a foundation or a backdrop story. So I went through my final year like the normal average Nigerian, and I finished my final year. I finished really well by God's grace. And so while I was waiting for service, I have this friend, and this person was studying in Japan and actually had gone to Japan prior to that moment. So this person was literally like the only image of Japan around me, that, or not only around me, around most people that finished from my school, about Japan. So this person reaches out, and I find that it's not only me he reached out to some other students in my set, and started talking about Japan. It was like, you could start applying for Japan and all those kind of things, start getting your documents, apply for your transcript, this da 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 da. And I think he was also saying something in the line of, you don't have to do your NYSC, to get a scholarship. You can actually just apply. Apart from the fact that I genuinely didn't know how scholarships worked, and I didn't even believe that scholarships was like legit or genuine, because I think I explained that fully in that video I talked about, my first video. Please go watch that video. Apart from the fact that the other one I talked about in that video, that I didn't really believe in scholarships, Japan, I remember when he said that thing, I was just like, all right. But I stalled. I didn't apply that year because I gave the excuse of, oh, me, I want to go for service. I didn't even give him that excuse directly because I didn't even want to feel like I was on serious. I was just rigmaroling and didn't apply that year. That's just to show you that in my head I'm like, Japan. But one thing the conversation did for me is I actually did start to arrange my documents, and somehow again it came up during my service year, which was like exactly a year later. It came up again, and but this time around not from this person, because I'm sure this person was tired of me, like, this one I did not apply last year, it's like she has her plans or stuff like that. It came from a colleague, like someone who had graduated from the same set with me, who was also applying, and she was like, oh Choma, I've gotten supervisor, I've done. Now I'll just put a little disclaimer in this part of the video. This video would definitely, you hear things about scholarship, I will insinuate it here and there, MEX and all this, but this is not a MEX tutorial video. This is not me coming to teach about MEX or anything. And to be fair and honest, I really have not seen the need to do any updated MEX videos. If you're interested in MEX scholarships, a lot of times the questions people ask about MEX scholarship have already been answered in most of my MEX videos. So if you're interested in MEX scholarship video, this is not the video for it. Kindly go down to my videos. You would see at least 4 videos of MEX. The first one is explaining the entire concept of what the MEX scholarship entails, the different routes, advice, tips, tricks, how it worked for me, and so on and so forth. The second one I did it with Stefan, talking about embassy recommended category. So if you're looking at only that category, that video is there for you. The third one I gave beginner's guide, and then I think I have teachers training video too. If going down would be so much of it hustle for you, there is a playlist on my channel here which I tagged scholarship playlist. So just go to the scholarship playlist, you will see these 4 videos. I'm not going to like teach anything about scholarship, I'm just going to share my story. So back to the story, and this person reaches out and I'm just like, okay, you've heard this thing over again, like it has come up again, and I was just like, there is no harm in trying. At this time too, I was also applying for other scholarships, and I was like, okay, there is no harm in trying. And I applied for the scholarship. The rest they say is history, right? But it wasn't that straightforward. I remember the day that it kind of dawned on me that it's like this thing has clicked. I wasn't entirely over the moon and excited. Most of my balance, or the reason why I even still took that step of faith, is because I had some people here, and that takes me to the fact that I've realized that representation matters a lot. We may deny it, we may fight it, we may say it's not true, but you see, representation, it does matter a lot. When you see someone of your same background, same color, going through the same route that you intend to go through, it gives you some sort of it's possible, even if this route is not as explored as other routes. So I was really grateful I had people, because it was like, okay, I'm not the only one. And that's part of the reason why I started this YouTube channel, because I realized that a lot of people, even if Japan ever comes to their mind, it's more like there are not much black people there. So seeing my channel and probably seeing me gives you some sort of, okay, if she's doing it, maybe it's not entirely impossible. So I remember when I got the when it dawned on me, I wasn't fully like excited. I was like, Japan, Japan. I was still, see, the way I was applying for jobs in Nigeria, I was like, see, if I did not, very few people knew when it clicked, because I didn't even, when something clicks and you're just like, okay, over to the next, like it didn't really like dawn on me. I was applying for jobs like no man business. I even remember, I can't forget, I remember the day that I called my dad. I was still seven then, and I kind of called him. My dad is, bless his soul, my dad is an academia. My dad loves book. My dad is a realist. When I mean a realist, he's someone that is very realistic. He is very, very realistic with your context. So I remember when I called my dad, and I was like, I think we talked about the whole school. I can't remember. I was at work that day. I was 7 in Lagos, so I was at work, and then I called him. Is it that I called him? He called me. I think he was the one that called, because I remember stepping out of the lab to pick that call, and I pick, and I'm like, oh, I think I brushed it, and I could see, you're not seeing someone, but this is someone I've known all my life, is my dad. So I know even from his tone when something is, when he's down with something, and when something is still doing him like this, like that. So when I talked about Japan and the scholarship and everything, I could see that it didn't really sit down completely. It was like, he probably doesn't know anybody in Japan. He has never heard of Japan as a destination area amongst his peers and their children too. And it was just like, he asked some very, concerning questions that a father will ask a daughter, like, do you have, people there? How is it? Like, just genuine concern. So it was a case of, Japan was actually not in the option, but then a scholarship came, and it was a fully funded scholarship. And so that takes me to the reason why I'm making this video. Of recent, I've had people reach out to me, especially friends, I will be honest, close friends who are looking at applying for scholarships to different countries that are not the destination areas, emphasis on scholarships. And they're like, oh, Chilo, what do you think? And one thing I always say, which, you have your opinion, this is my opinion, is, what's there to lose? It's a scholarship. It's fully funded. Fully funded. Emphasis on that too. Now, I tread really carefully when people reach out to me as regards self-funded options, because I'm like, there's a lot to lose. That's your money. It's your hard-earned money. I don't know how long you saved that money for. So I really tread carefully. But when it comes to fully funded scholarships, I always tell people, spread your options. What is there to lose? I'm not saying you should go to a country that your life will be at risk, blah blah blah. I'm not saying that, but more like, spread your options. So that's the aim of this video. You're watching me, and you're probably still not having the faith to step on waters, or step on explored waters, or less explored waters, like maybe countries that that is not UK, US, Canada, those 3 countries that are not those 3 countries, and it's a scholarship you've heard of. I'm here to just tell you that, what's there to lose? So now, talking about regrets and the journey so far, are there regrets? Absolutely no. See, I was talking to someone recently. Japan is not perfect, and that is the reason why I do other videos, balancing a lot of things out. Just like every other country, Japan is not perfect. They have their flaws, but this country has been a springboard. It has been a launch pad. I wasn't dreaming as big as I was when I was not yet in Japan. Japan has given me room for growth. I have seen myself grow. Hey God, I have seen myself grow physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, even in interpersonal relationships, in my dealings with people, in taking risks. I have seen myself really grow. I have seen myself thriving. Yes, I have challenges here and there. It's very normal. This is not your home country, and the differences will keep staring you, day to day. But on the average, Japan is part of my story. So I don't know who this video is meant for. I don't know why I'm making this video, but I feel like the enquiries of recent has been quite a lot. I've also seen people who maybe heard of an offer, maybe a job offer in a non-destination country, and they're like, oh, I don't know, it's not Canada, it's not US, it's not UK, and it's fully funded. And I'm just wondering in my head, what is there to lose? It could be a springboard. And a lot of you watch me, and it's like, she has always wanted Japan. The girl is in her groove. She's in her habitat, blah blah blah. Japan was never. So once again, guys, this is not a scholarship video. If you're interested in scholarship, please check my playlist, and you'll see all that you're looking for, and it answers all your questions. yeah, so this video is just a little story time with a balance of, lessons here and there and the journey so far. So yeah, this is what this video is all about. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Which country are you watching me from? Especially which country are you watching me from? And if you're outside Nigeria, are you in your destination in quotes country? Was it your first choice? And if it was not, how is the journey so far? How has it been? Are there regrets? Are there what? And what would be your advice if someone reaches out to you and tells you, oh, I have a fully funded offer from Japan, but I don't want to because not a lot of people go there. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time on Chilo Talks. Bye for now, guys.